said, Abu, I'm sorry. I told my kids Danielle's taking food off of your.
It's not my fault. In this business, you have to do what the client needs, right? My job is not to look at after Abu. My job is to look out for my employer.
They're getting bonuses.
AKA
Alex.
client.
Realtors getting bonuses. They'll call me, hey, I need a pre-approval. They'll call me on a Saturday. It's not even just Danielle. That's how I'm knowing the whole spectrum of what's going on. They'll go show them a couple of houses, resell, right? The end goal is to get them to the new construction.
It's not the end goal.
Because they get bonuses.
No.
So on top of the 3%, they might get 5,000, another 10,000. I think DH Horton, what they doing, 5?
They're doing
reps?
5.
Yeah. So you might get 5, you might get 10. So it's like a no-brainer. That's money you leaving on the table. So what you gonna do? Abu, I'm sorry, man.
Let me tell you for my personal case what happened.
No, you good.
I showed them resale, and then one of the resale they looked at was a DR Arton floor plan. So it was exactly the same floor plan that DR Arton was selling. And guess what? They can have the same house at 4% interest rate with all the warranties, and they pay all the closing costs. Versus buying that same floor plan that is 3 years old. You hear me? 3 years old at 6.8 interest rate, and then with a higher mortgage payment as a buyer.
But that
and now you turn around and you looked at me as a realtor. What should I say? Go for resale?
the buy down.
It's not about down. DR Arton,
It's fixed for 30 years?
It's fixed for 30 years.
Send me the paperwork. Send me the paperwork. Let me see it.
I can beat that.
Ain't no way you getting no rate
I just
for
got
30
this.
years.
I had the CD back for them, and it was it's a DR Arton. This is the America Builder. Okay, they're public company. They're publicly traded, and they have like
messages from them.
And they have like 30. I don't know how much million in their bank account reserve, and they use that money to lend people. And afterward, they resell the loan. So he can't compete.
I'm drowning.
618 399. 618
another deal.
399.
Same thing.
It's no brainer. This is not
600.
me. So now my client is turning and looking at me. I'm not gonna lie, because if it was me, I'm gonna go with the 3.99.
Yeah, I just got. You're the only person I can look at.
What do you mean?
You're the only face I get.
Oh, so I'm supposed to be playing for everybody?
I have to put the frustration out on you.
Sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna take the frustration.
You're not gonna take it?
Nope.
I have to release it, Danielle.
Well, you release somewhere else. Go work out.
Don't worry.
Came here in 2007, right in the middle of the crazy crisis. If your heart is not into it, do not do it. That's what I always tell them.
If you're making around 70K, look to be able to qualify for a home somewhere around 250, 275 in that bracket. As
onions and juices and all that, and put some lemon and onion, and you make him drink it, right?
And Alex, all my listings need a video. All of them.
Hi guys, welcome back. We had a great summer. We're gone for a little while.
Yeah.
What have you done this summer?
What did I do this summer? Went on vacation with the family, took the kids to Corpus, play at the beach, spent some time with my son. He came home from college, so that was good.
Oh, sweet daddy was happy.
We went bowling, hung out with some friends. So it was just family-oriented stuff.
Well, that's super cool. Where did you go on vacation?
We went to Corpus
Nice.
Christi. Yeah, so we went out there, got an Airbnb, stayed out there for the weekend, went fishing, went to the beach. The kids stayed out there, soaked and played in the sand and the water.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You didn't do the beach this year.
Yeah, well, Corpus beaches are pretty nice.
I'm sure when you go down
Beaches
south,
are
the
pretty
beach
nice.
become better versus what we have in Galveston.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I didn't want to go to Florida, so I said Corpus is 4-hour drive, so it was cool.
That's super cool. Yeah, we went to France.
How was that?
Me and my little people.
How was that?
That was a hell of a vacation.
Was it?
Yep. We saw mom, dad, So my parents, my brothers, cousins, everybody. And my kids were so cute.
Yeah.
Speaking French with their American accent. It was cute. And I let them go and buy every morning. They used to wake up. I give them like 10 euros and they go buy French pâtisserie, like croissant, chocolat croissant, whatever. And then by themselves. The first time I let them out, I was freaking out. I was scared that somebody's going to steal my kid.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to see the first two, the older one. Because I used to do that as a kid growing up. No problem. You just go, your mom give you 1 or 2 euro and you go buy the bread, right? And then I did it the first time. I kind of followed them behind a little bit and they caught me. They said, you were following us. But they were lost.
They were lost.
The instruction was clear. You go up the ramp, you cross the street, you turn left. This is the boulangerie. And then when they get out, they got lost. They say they ended up in the woods somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they went backward, and then they come back and say, oh, you were following us. I said, no. And then after that, at first I was scared, and then after that, I didn't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, Danielle, you let them go by themselves? That don't sound like you.
They're living their best life.
Okay.
And that was good. And then the last day, I told the lady we were leaving, we would not come back. She was very sad because we were spending a lot of money every morning.
Yeah.
The Legion's kids were there buying a whole lot of stuff for breakfast.
See.
And then she was very sad. She said, oh, I'm going to miss you guys.
Yeah. See, Danielle got something against America. She wouldn't let her kids go free in America, but when she get home, they can roam around. Okay, I see what's going on.
We're not going to do that. But now that I'm back in America, I came back to the sluggish economy, guys. Thank you so much for watching us. This is Let's Keep It Real podcast. And I'm here, Danielle Bilumbu, your favorite host.
Boo Jabby, A&P Lending.
And then I came back to this crazy economy. Yeah. But the economy is crazy anywhere. Even in France, everybody was complaining about what's going on.
They were complaining up there too?
Yes, but over there they can't complain. This is not where I make my money. Yeah. I'm here in America, living here. So then I was like, what's going on? Yeah. So the economy is a little sluggish. The market is a little different. You know, the rate is still a little bit high. Yeah. The new single-family home sales decline, and we have more inventory than we can count on.
Yeah.
And then there is some area also in Texas. They're growing a little bit faster than others. So that's what's going on right now. So let me give you a few facts and a few numbers. So the mortgage rate, what's the percentage right now for interest rate for the mortgage?
About 6.5%, 6.25%.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in July of 2025, the new single family home sales fell by 0.6%. to an annual rate of 652,000 units. So the drop is about 8.2% year over a year. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling it.
Yep. And then as for builders, oh my God, they're going crazy. So the builder confidence is near a 2-year low. So in June, 37% of the builders slashed their prices. So if you're looking for new construction, this is the season. Mm-hmm. The average drop is about 5%. And 62% of the builder are offering incentive buy down rate and everything they can to make sure buyers are coming and still buying, because we're facing an affordability issue. Mm-hmm. And as for inventory, we have about 1.1 million. And then the average homes move from 39 days to 50 days on the market. Okay, so which is good for buyers, more.
It's a buyer's market.
Opportunity to negotiate.
Yeah,
right?
Get closing costs, things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. And then for what do you think about this economy? Like personally,
it sucks. The economy sucks. I mean, it's not reflecting in the numbers. We're still not using the word recession, but with these interest rates being where they're at, they're not causing any traction for people to stimulate them to want to buy. So you got, it's proof in the pudding with the numbers. You got inventory that's sitting up on the market extra days now, and nobody's buying. I know I got like 3 or 4 houses on my street that are up for sale, and I haven't even seen people come by to visit to even do open houses. So the economy, it's reflecting what's going on.
But still some homes are selling because they do have some clients we bump into multiple offer situations. So it all comes down to price. If you're selling your home and you're not priced it right, 6 months ago numbers may not be reflected today because the economy has changed. So if you do have a lot of equity in your home, put that in consideration. Look at where's the average sales going in your subdivision, and then price it at that number or slightly below it to attract people, because everybody's sitting.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Like, you're gonna have to get an appraisal on the property, right?
No, you don't.
If somebody's buying cash.
No, if you buy cash, no. Oh my God, these cash buyers! I'm so tired of them.
But I'm
sometimes.
saying typically for somebody that's financing a property, you have to get an appraisal done.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying with these sellers, if you go and overprice your home and you turn around and the appraisal comes back low, it's not making sense to me, because I have a couple of friends that have been watching and looking at homes, and I'm like, listen, just put an offer in. If they're asking for a certain amount of price, put the offer in. We've already run comps and did this. Once the appraisal comes back low, that's what's going to protect you.
Yeah, but be careful. Whoever is their realtor needs to really pay attention what they put as contingency into. If you know, sometimes when I know that the house is overpriced, I will submit an offer and I'm going to have an appraisal contingency with it.
Exactly.
Just to say that if the appraiser is not coming back, we're not going
to buy it.
Yeah, but the problem sometimes is the buyers still take the risk to pay for home inspection, you pay for the appraisal, and then the document tell you can back out with no issue, but you lost this money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but as for a seller, if your home after 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks is not moving, no showings, nothing going on, you overprice.
No,
you overprice. Just drop it. Even if sometimes you can run the comp, and then if you use number from 6 months ago, it looks good, so you're okay with that. But then you realize after 2 weeks nobody's coming in, so it probably because you overprice, or the property condition is not attractive enough for somebody to get in their car and come and look at your home. Yeah. So really, really pay attention. If you have to sell, really price it right. And if you realize you don't have nothing going on, play with the price a little bit. Or maybe take a look at the condition of your property and see if it's nice how it look online, because over 85% of buyers start their search online. Yeah. So take a look at how the marketing is, how is it attractive, that front door, the landscaping, does the picture, does the color that you put in the house are attractive, because that will make a huge difference with everything. So are you guys gonna come up with some creative financing for buyers to get into homes?
I mean,
because you guys are the reason. That's your fault.
It's not our fault.
With your crazy interest rate.
No, it's not our fault. It's the market. We're just a messenger, right? We're all pulling from the same hat, right, when it comes to rates, except for these new construction people. But typically, we're all pulling from the same hat. I mean, we have, your W-2 programs. We have buy-down programs that we're offering to clients as well. We have bank statement programs. So we do have some caveat type of programs there that we're trying to they're creating to try to loosen up, to open up the buying process for these buyers.
Okay, so what advice would you give a buyers who feel stuck between they know they need to buy, they know they should, because people don't oftentimes realize the cost of waiting. There's a cost for waiting, right? If you look at all the numbers and you see, even if the market is kind of sluggish, whatever is going on with it, the home value is still kind of going up. Right? So with that said, by you not buying today, it will cost you more money next year or 2 years or whatever. Even if the rate drop, right? Yeah. It will cost you money, and you're gonna pay, because I always put buyers on the contract all the time. They didn't want to buy 2-3 years ago. They drag their feet, and then when finally they wake up, it's too late. Well, not too late. They still can buy, but the problem is now the house they were looking, it's $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 more. You were trying to avoid a specific monthly payment. Now you ended up paying even more, especially now with those 6% interest rate.
So rates are higher now. What I would advise these buyers to do is not be so rate conscious, right? At the end of the day, the rate is what it is today. They're gonna have something that's called a refinance boom, right? When interest rates come down and you're able to refinance to get out of that rate. What I would advise buyers to look at is, instead of doing one monthly payment, do biweekly payments where you're knocking down that interest and paying more towards the principal by trying to find creative ways to pay your mortgage versus wholly and solely focusing on what the rate is and allowing that to discourage you. Because what is a rate going to be when within the next 1 or 2 years, interest rates come down, you got 10 people looking at one house, and now people are offering more than what the house is worth.
Especially those cash buyers from California.
Exactly. So what does that do? That's going to set a new comp for that area for what that exact home is going to be worth. So now you're going to be paying, what's the sense of having a lower interest rate with a house that's priced higher? So you're defeating the purpose. You know, so what I would advise people to do is in these high interest rates market that we're in, look at creative ways of paying your mortgage where you're able to pay more towards that principal balance moving forward. And that's when you have a, expertise loan officer like myself that can explain that to you.
Yeah. But also you have to take a look. If, for example, Houston area or some big city, you cannot afford it. If you work remote, if you have that option, you can take a look at the other area in Texas where they're booming. For example, the top ranked city for your wallet, you can take a look at will be McKinney.
McKinney?
Yep. So it's a very big growing city right there,
Okay.
wallet hub. Richardson, Frisco, Dayton, and Allen. So they made a top 10 in real estate market strength. McKinney is number 1. And then the job growth is about 21%, which is huge. Which is huge. Houston is ranked at 111. Dallas is number 70. San Antonio is 238. So these are mid-tier performer. So the reason why McKinney is praised because they have 38% of its housing built since 2010. It has a strong job market and low cost of maintenance, energy, and just utilities, living in general. Houston used to be really, really good, but with all these people moving in, the price of home average home was around $400,000. Where I remember when I came here, used to around 200 something.
225.
Yeah, 225, 200. Now it's in the 400,000.
Yeah.
So it's true. Affordability is getting more and more difficult.
It is.
So with that said, that comes down to what I usually advise people. It's always good to own something, but do you have to own that biggest house and try to keep up with the Joneses or the Kardashian, whatever you want to keep up, and have the same thing? No. Buy something you can truly, truly, truly afford today, and then use that as the stepping stone for the next property when you're going to have a better job, when you're going to have a better financial profile. Then sell this and use that cash to put into something else versus staying and keep paying somebody else's mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all these smaller cities now, they're seeing all the growth. People are moving further out now. Yeah.
So tell me, for somebody to qualify, what's the approval differences, the mortgage loan approval difference between now and 2 years ago? Is it still the same or improve a little bit?
Well, I mean, they've made it a little bit more easier now.
Because of what's going on in the economy, there been some changes?
Because of the rates. So we had a DSCR program.
Okay.
That's why, when we were speaking earlier, you were saying there's more investors now. Well, with this DSCR program, what it allows people to do is they're looking at the actual investment property as the asset, right? So as long as the rent is 1% over the mortgage, you automatically qualify. We're not looking at income. We're not looking. All you need to have is your credit score and the assets, and you automatically qualify for it. We having more bank statement programs now. Typically with bank statement programs, they used to be like 20%. Now they're like 10% if you're going to look for a primary home. So they are creating different programs now and making it a little bit easier because of the state of the economy and how, the interest rates are higher.
This is great because before, people used to buy property for investment, oftentimes off market. And then the wholesaler, they're still doing a good job, but sometimes I feel like there's not as much margin as it used to back in the day. And then so if your main purpose is to purchase a property for you to buy and hold, which I think is the best way versus doing flips. But I have my reason that I can go into detail another day.
Yeah.
But you can also take a look at those property currently available on the market. So this is the opportunity for investor like that. So the house can be on the market. Let's say you see a property around 250. I think for investor to buy and hold and rent, the best property to me, in my personal opinion, and based on my experience, it will be something in a A or B plus neighborhood school renting. Okay. 3-bedroom minimum, 4-bedroom is better, over 1,600 square feet, and then under 250,000. And if you put 20-30% down, your mortgage will be lower, and then you can find those homes. Especially they've been sitting on the market for over 30 days. You have more option to negotiate and kind of have the price that you want. Of course, don't come and ask for 30% off the price. That's not going to happen. Yeah. But you can negotiate with the seller a little bit better, and then you take your time to get a conventional loan. DSCR, just like you say, or just a regular conventional loan, so you can purchase this property versus going to a wholesaler where they ask you to put this money down where you can, the deposit, they cannot be refundable, and the pressure of having to have a hard money to take over and then turn around and refinance. At the end, you'll be spending way more money in fees versus trying to find something actively on the market from somebody, and then find those property that may have a little bit of work. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, like maybe a little paint, a little change here, improve appliances, things like that. I think that's the best way right now. And there's several clients that I'm helping in that manner, and they turn around and they put the property very quickly back on the market, and they find a tenant also. Yeah. So what would you say about do you really think that, how long do you think we're going to be in this market?
They're saying rates are supposed to be coming down within the next couple of months. They're saying President Trump has been putting a lot of pressure on Powell to bring the rates down. So we're hoping within the next couple of months rates are going to start trickling down. But as far as this actual market itself, I think another year and a half, right? Because for the last 3 years, going on 4 years, things have been going up, ever since COVID, right? So it's just one of those things where people still have to live, right?
Absolutely.
People are losing jobs, right? Everything's going up. People are making the same amount of money. There's no raises. So it's just one of those things where housing is one of the most important things, if not the most important things, for you to have, a roof over your head. So they have to be able to stabilize that to allow people to be able to start, buying again. Not at a rapid race, but making it more consistent.
Okay, so as a lender, what do you think about is buying in the suburb, new construction is less risky or more risky than buying a resale? As a lender, what do you think?
In my true opinion, and not just because it affects me, right? Not just because it affects me. I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, when you go get new construction, that property taxes on that property are gonna go up. You're in a new area. They're setting the bar for what that area is gonna be worth.
Yeah.
Right? With the resale, property taxes are already set. There's already an amount that it can't go up. But with new construction, what I'm saying is you're gonna be comfortable with that first year's payment. Once they come and reassess that appraisal value for that community in that area, property taxes are going to go up.
Oh, for sure. So now the advice is for anybody looking into new construction, whatever you receive numbers from the lender, ask them to put the value of the property as of today to kind of give you an estimation and really know if you will be able to afford it the next year. Right?
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where you don't know where that value is going to be. You don't know what the value of that market's going to be. So it can raise tremendously or it can raise a little bit. It's just one of those things you have to wait and see. But that's the gamble that you have when it comes to new construction. That payment, you just got to see, the property taxes, how they're going to be assessed moving forward. And then with the new construction itself, you're getting smaller square footage versus going to get resale where you're getting more room.
It is true.
right? So yeah, it's wonderful to say that you have a new home, but when you're walking out and you take 2 steps and you're in the closet, I mean, what does that do? Especially now in this economy where, the average mid-size for a home is like $425.
Are you hating right now?
I'm not hating. I'm just saying I'm totally against new construction, and it's not because I'm on the resale side. It's because they're baiting people in to get in with all these incentives.
It's true.
And all these things, and they make it look so pretty in the beginning. But then if you really care about these people, you're not telling them what they're going to see in the long run. And that's why I'm against new construction. And that's the only reason.
Okay, I'm not against new construction, but I like to inform people and let them know that exactly what you say. First of all, when you buy new versus older, you tend to have more square footage. You tend to have, you have more home. The community is established. You have an idea where your rate will be versus a brand new, especially if it's a brand new community. Like they have like 10 houses. And we have a lot of community like that in Houston areas. And they're barely 10% of the entire community. And by the end of it, they would have 1,500 home or 2,000 home or 900. And they only barely did 50. So just know a few years down the line, that tax will go up.
It's going to go up, guys.
Well, you want that because that means the value of the neighborhood is increased. But are you really wanting that for your wallet now that we have affordability issue? Just think about that every single time you're looking at new construction.
You want the value of your property to go up, but you don't want it to go up rapidly.
Correct.
Right?
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but for those booming area, do you guys have different program for new area booming? Is this something special when do you have some area that is growing faster than others?
We have the buy down programs, right? But again, we're a smaller entity, so to go against these builders, there's no way that we're going to be able to compete with them with the type of amenities and closing costs that they're able to give to these clients. But you got to think to yourself as a buyer, why is it that you're giving me all these things? You're
they want to sell.
They want to sell, but it's a bait and switch type thing. They're going to offer you all these things that you can't say no to. And then down the line, you'll see, and by that time, you're too late. You're already in the home.
I feel like you're hating.
I'm not hating. I'm just putting out facts out there because for a long time with new construction, it's just not fair. I feel like they need to be regulated. It's not fair how much power that they have and what they're able to do with switching these clients and baiting them in. Even the realtors, they're able to do it with y'all too with the bonuses. So it's just hands down, it's a no-win situation, right? Nobody can say no, but at the end of the day, people are being affected by these decisions that are being made.
Yeah, so just like you hear, be sure to be informed to know exactly what to do. But in all the loan application that you've seen, what some of the things buyers have been asking you more that you see the question they keep coming back often when they apply?
Everybody's comparing apples to apples, so they're looking at lender costs. Mm-hmm. They're looking at they're very rate conscious, mm-hmm. right? What rate can I get? If somebody can give a 0.25% lower than what you're giving, they're going. But what I try to explain to my clients is, don't be so fixated on the rate. I'm going to keep saying that. Yeah, having a lower interest rate is wonderful, but at the end of the day, what are you paying for that rate? Mm-hmm. How much money are you paying for that rate? How could you look at that payment to try to calculate it to where, okay, if I do this type of payment, I'm able to pay more towards my principal where I can still act like I have a lower rate than I have, right? So you can manipulate the amortization schedule on how you can pay that amount down to be able to see more return.
And on the investment side, what mm-hmm. do you see more buyers are asking or wondering for investors?
Well, with investors, I mean, they're a little bit more number conscious because at the end of the day, they want to make sure that rent is going to be able to give them some type of cash flow. Mm-hmm. So they're just looking at it as far as an investment standpoint on how much money am I going to be able to receive monthly, yearly, versus, how much money I have to output on fixing the property, having a maintenance or what's the name of the property manager group. How much do I have to pay if they have multiple properties that they own? So with investors, what I'm seeing, the questions that they're asking are all set on the numbers to make sure that it's really a deal.
Yes. Yeah. So as you can hear, true, the economy is not the best.
Yes.
Right? But just like anything, when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade, right?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So you keep going, but once again, it's all about affordability and what you really can do. So if you feel like you want to purchase, contact a lender, contact a realtor, sit down with them, look at your numbers, see your financial profile, see if you can get rid of some debt, and then put all of that in consideration. Look at the rate. And sometimes if you own the house already, if you do have equity, you can tap into this equity. See if you can do maybe
ELOC.
Yeah. And then use that money to become an investor, or just sell the property and pull the cash and buy your next place, and you don't feel like the weight of the rate on your back every single month, but always do things based on what you can truly afford.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's the key part, man. Be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, and understand that the days aren't like how they were yesterday. Every cent counts, right? So you have to live according to what you have going on. Just because Mary Jo or your other friend Bobby is buying a new car or buying a new house or doing this, don't let those things affect you. Move according to what your situation is, and with that, you'll be more prepared moving forward.
Thank you so much for watching us. But the question to you is, are you currently in a position where you would like to do something, but you're not sure how to move forward? Put your comment below. We want to know what's stopping you for moving. Yeah. Either with the current home that you have, or maybe if you're currently renting, what's stopping you exactly from moving? I'm very curious to find that about you. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and follow us on all our social media. Et à bientôt. Came here in 2007, right in the middle of the crazy crisis. If your heart is not into it, do not do it. That's what I always tell them.
If you're making around $70K, look to be able to qualify for a home somewhere around $250, $275 in that bracket.
As onions and juices and all that, and put some lemon and onion, and you make him drink it, right?
And Alex, all my listings need a video. All of them.